Oh, we're live now. I didn't even realize that. Hi, everybody. This is Gayle. This is Stellar Piper. Welcome to my channel. I did not realize that we were live yet. Sorry about that. Whoops. So we are doing this as part of the Black Friday charity live stream. We do this every year. And it is so cool because we have done this for the 6th year. So, woo! And this is, I know, right?
Lord.
And I know. This is a giant collab. We've got so many people participating. I have got, oh my gosh, the table is rocking. Sorry about that. Don't bump the table. But we have got all of these people who are involved, and that link is down below in the description box. We also have some folks who are already here. So, hi, you all. We're so excited. So, what I want to do first is rattle off the list of channels. That way, you'll know where to go next because it's happening all day, folks. And we have still got a couple of slots to fill. So, feel free. If you've got a channel and you want to participate, so feel free. You can message me and I'll send it on over to Valerie. But Valerie Reese is the spearheading person that's put this all together.
The mastermind.
And yeah, and there is a GoFundMe link down below in the description box. So everybody out the link to the GoFundMe that's got lots of details on it that you want to know about. And it's all about the charity. So you go ahead and say hi for a minute. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are because like there are some people out there who are going to be going like, who the heck is that woman with Gayle? Hi, by the way, my name is Gayle. Welcome to my Be Bodacious channel where we're always about not letting life get in the way of living. So you do that while I look for this.
And I'm Stellar Piper. I am Gayle's daughter.
Don't bump
I am
the
trying
table.
not to bump the table, but I'm not being very great at it. Sorry, everybody. I had a train of thought.
It derailed.
It derailed, and I am standing at the station. I'm Stellar Piper. I'm Gayle's daughter. Nope, not a clue. Sorry. Welcome to the Black Friday live stream. Today it is all about charity. Check the link below to see our current totals. And do we know, is it where it's going in there as well?
Yep, it's all on the GoFundMe link.
Yep, everything you need to know is on the GoFundMe link. If you're new to this and think, hey, this is cool, I want to participate, we still have a couple spots open. So, if this is you, shoot mom a message and she'll put you in touch with who you need to be in touch with. Yeah. Anything else I need to forget? Anything else I forget?
I think you're doing pretty good. Now, all of the funds go to provide food and Christmas presents and so for distressed families. Now, that's something that's near and dear to your heart, although your charity is not benefiting. You do work with homeless street kids. So can you speak to a minute on lives, maybe a life that might have been changed? Can you think of one without giving names?
One. Sure. The problem is not thinking of one. The problem is thinking of one.
Because the need in every area is great.
Yeah, it is.
And that's part of how this came together. I guess I could talk about how this all came together. But first, let me acknowledge some folks in the chat. So, hi, folks who are in the chat. And let's see. We have got, let me go into the chat here. Okay. So, we have got Women's Station Channel. Now, Women's Station Channel is going to be participating later. She's going to be singing. So, we have an award-winning singer that's participating, which is going to be really cool.
That'll be really fun.
And she is on at, let me pull this up, 2 p.m. is what I've got. And if I've got somebody's times wrong, let me know because I have dyscalculia, which is a math learning disability, which means I transpose numbers. So I do pretty good as long as the numbers are like 111, 222, that kind of thing. Throw in a different number and I might get it. How many times at church have I called out the wrong hymn number? Yeah, we're doing
multiple.
372. Oops, 232. Well, yeah. Anyway, so in the house right now, we have got Women's Station Channel. We have got Valerie Reese. Now, Valerie was just up at 7 a.m., but if you missed her, don't worry, because guess what? She's going to be on at noon, too. And nope, that's wrong. Yep, that's right. And hey, Peter. Hi, Peter Parker. I'm sorry we woke you up. Not sorry. I'm glad to see you this morning. Welcome, welcome. And we have got Granny Monster in the house. And Granny Monster, I've got you down at 9 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock, and then at 9 o'clock. So, yay! We're going to have so much fun with Granny. Thank you for dropping the GoFundMe links, Valerie and Granny. I appreciate it. Granny's got this on her Facebook and community tab. There you go. There you go. So it's good to see you all. Did I miss everybody, or do I have everybody?
It looks like you got everybody.
I think I got everybody. So yay! I can't believe I got everybody. Okay, let me read this amazing lineup off to you all. And if you're not participating in this collab, all I can do is say shame on you. That's your fault. We still got open slots. So if you are within the hearing of my voice and you want to participate either this year or next year,
you still can.
Yeah. Just let us know. We will make this happen. Okay. So our lineup is I wish I had a drum I could beat.
I'd pound on the table, but
don't shake the table. Okay, we've got, and by the way, we're in the RV this morning. So we will be to a flatter surface later. We're actually going to be on our way home, but I digress. Hey, what are you doing, Pipsy?
Hi, puppy.
We're going to have to rely on Dad to keep the dog out of trouble. Yeah. I know. This is, y'all pray for him.
Like the dog keeping Dad out of trouble. So
okay. Anyway, I'm going down rabbit trails. Let me go ahead. Sure. Why not? We should pitch this to him just to see. Oh, Mr. Beast might be interested. Pitch it to Mr. Beast.
There you go.
If you hear this, Mr. Beast, have your people get in touch with my people. They're all in the box. Okay. So, back to our lineup, which includes, y'all missed her the first time, but Valerie Reese was on at 7 a.m. Then at 8 a.m., that's us. So, yay! Hi, good morning. And then we have Granny Monster at 9 a.m. Then 12, we have Valerie Reese again. So if you missed her, go check her out the second time. And we have got Women's Station Channel, woo! At 2 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, Faeriannas Vlogs is going to be on. I'm so excited to see her because I've not seen her for a while now. She is Valerie's daughter. So that's, and Granny Monster is saying that the movie time is what I said for her, and that's 9 a.m. Okay. That's a movie. That's a premiere, which means we all get to watch the movie and that'll be fun. And I forgot popcorn.
I have coffee. I'm good.
You got coffee? Can we have coffee instead of popcorn? Is that allowable, Granny? And then we've got, 3 o'clock was Faeriannas Vlogs. Then at 4 o'clock, Granny's going live. So we've got to see the movie, and then we've got to go to Granny's live stream. And at 5 o'clock, and these are all Eastern time. So at 5 o'clock, I'm going to step on over to my other channel, which is Overcoming the Obstacles. And I'm going to be talking to Candytheweeservicedog. So we're going to be doing that 5 o'clock over at my other channel. And that is youtube.com/overcoming the obstacles. But I'm moving my screen around to see who's next. Okay, 6 o'clock. We have, and I apologize in advance if I mess up the name of this channel. Mokenchitv, M-O, I'm going to spell it, okay. Right there. That's it. 6 o'clock is M-O-K-E-N-C-H-I-T-V. capital M, Okenchitv, and it's a live stream. And again, all of these are in the description box. So just click more and check out that description box because it's really important, especially for any names I screwed up on.
Hey, Valerie, you got an egg roll for me? She's going to eat egg rolls during the premiere. So.
That sounds yummy.
That does sound yummy.
Okay, we're all going to Valerie's for lunch. Yeah. Okay, and at 8 p.m., we have Hockenberry, Holler. So, yay, that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing her. And at 10 o'clock, hey, y'all, this slot is open. So, perfect opportunity to come and join us. And then at 11 p.m., I'm going to be on, my nighttime is a premiere. That way, if my makeup is off or not on, because, you know, some of us wear makeup as a community service, y'all. We don't want to go around scaring small children. So that will be a premiere tonight. And it's 1 hour of Christmas music. And so you can stream that in the background or just use it to relax. But like with Granny's movie, you know, and all of these that we're doing stay live as a video. So if you don't catch it right now, but you're cleaning your house and you want some nice background music or whatever, then
that's the live stream for you.
Go for it. So yeah, and again, in the description box. I've also got it on my community tab. So if for some reason your description box won't open, like mine sometimes doesn't on my phone. Yeah. Then you can look. So there we go. So it's on my community tab. Also, I am trying to share these on Twitter, which is, I didn't share this stream. Talk again.
Granny, I saw your comment about Irish. Irish. I had someone making me coffee, and that speaks to my pun-loving self.
Yes. She is into puns.
I get it from my father.
That's true. She does. It didn't come from me.
Yeah, I get it from my dad. Or the dog. We'll blame the dog. I get it from the dog.
You can't blame the dog. I just got the dog.
Fine.
New dog.
I guess we'll have to blame it on Dad then.
Why is this not?
Because it's technology and it works great when you don't necessarily absolutely need it to.
And by the way, we have a Facebook group, and if somebody wants to share the link in the Facebook group for the live stream, or I tell you what, share it for the community with the community tab. And I'm actually hitting the share button.
I don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to do that?
Nope, I don't know how to do that. It's Gayle Vlogs on Facebook. You'll find us. Didn't do it.
Okay. Look at this. She's punny.
Yep.
P-U-N-N-Y.
Yep.
She is. So, are you ready to tackle some tag questions?
Sure, let's do this.
Let's do this thing. And the tag questions for this are, you're not going to guess where. Can y'all guess where the tag questions are?
They're on the table.
They're in the description box. Woo! So if you want to participate and you are not sure what you want to do, because it's kind of intimidating to know that you're going to be at talking live stream or premiere for an hour. So I put together some tag questions that might help. So she is going to get to answer them. Now, part of these are let's see, I think it's safe to say that most of these are about Thanksgiving.
That makes sense, given yesterday was the day.
It was Thanksgiving, yes. All right. So, you're ready?
I am ready as I'm going to get.
Okay. Tag question 1. What is your favorite part of Thanksgiving?
The food.
The food.
The food.
Not the day of quiet.
Well, we wouldn't have the day of quiet without the food.
Yes, that keeps everyone busy and quiet. So what?
Green bean casserole.
Ooh. Because my next question is, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
Green bean casserole.
Why? Which is also part of my next question.
Well, green beans are like my favorite vegetable. And when you add in cream of mushroom, which is a magical substance, and the crispy onions.
I'm going to tilt this so we can see you better.
Hello, world.
But it's just green beans, and it's just mushroom soup, and it's just onions. I'll take it warm.
Okay.
You forgot the dash of either soy or Worcestershire.
I did forget that. It's because I don't make it. He makes it. There's a reason why he makes it and I don't.
Yeah, don't ask me why those like 3.5 things together.
Yay! Women's Fashion Channel just subscribed to my other channel, which I thought you were already there. Must have been your other channel. So okay. So yay. So I don't understand your fondness for the green bean casserole, but that's okay.
It's okay. I completely understand part of why you're not.
Mine is stuffing or dressing, depending on what you want to call it.
Also,
like down south, it is not dressing unless it's served alongside the turkey. If it's inside that bird, it is stuffed. Kind of like we are after we eat Thanksgiving dinner across the world. Let's see, Granny says, I'm Team Gayle on this one because no, green bean mushroom stuff because it's always left over. Just buy the crispy onions and walk away.
Okay, I can understand that.
I can understand that. Now, I'm allergic to onions, so I can't do that. But up until that point in my life that we found out I was allergic to onions, yeah, I could have done that.
Okay. If you want an excuse to buy some crispy onions, if you take some pork chops and bread them in those, they turn out really well.
Okay, so breading them in onions and frying them.
That sounds amazing.
You don't fry them, you throw them in the oven.
Throw them in the oven? Okay. Well, I did hear somebody talk about doing that with pork rinds, and that didn't make much sense to me either. Smashing up pork rinds and putting them on either pork chops or chicken breasts and throwing them in the oven.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that one.
Yeah, hard pass. All right. Have we gone down enough rabbit trail on that one?
I think we can find another one.
Okay. What is your least favorite Thanksgiving dish? And why? Believe it or not, you all, my least favorite Thanksgiving dish is green bean casserole. Just saying.
Probably the cranberry sauce. I mean, everything else is so good, and the cranberry sauce is just there. I mean, I still eat it.
It's like the dangling participle on the end of the sentence that nobody knows what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, you gotta fix it. Okay, Valerie is not a fan of green beans. Woo! I got another one on Team Gayle. Yay!
That's okay, Valerie. Everybody has their own taste, even if they're wrong.
Okay. Oh, thank you for my nice hot tea.
You're welcome. Yeah.
My nice warm tea.
That has ice in it.
That has ice in it. Okay, thank you.
A for effort.
Oh, now Granny's got a good point too. The dish I like the least is empty.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that one, Granny. You can definitely get behind that one.
Kale beats out green beans every day.
No, I know what my least favorite Thanksgiving dish is. It's the one I have to wash.
That is true.
Valerie, you can have my share of all the world's kale, and I'll take your green beans. How about that?
Kale is pretty good.
Kale can be pretty good.
And I want to draw your attention to the chat because Valerie Reese just posted the GoFundMe link. So do check that out And there's actually a couple of different ways that you can support this charity event. So you can donate, which is yay. But if you donate, I want to ask you, use the GoFundMe link that Valerie just posted, because that keeps everything in one spot, nice and tidy, nice and convenient. Everybody sees it. Everybody can keep up with it. The other thing is, if you do a super chat, which is another way, and those are great, okay, not saying they're not fabulous, but people don't get the money until after hitting that minimum $100 Google AdSense payout. Do you know how long on YouTube, for normal YouTubers, it can take to get to that payout? Oh my gosh. So it can be months. It can be a year. I guess if you're PewDiePie, it's going to be like 5 minutes, or Mr. Beast might be 5 minutes. But for everybody else, as little bitty channels, and not every channel is monetized, so you all just go the GoFundMe link. It just makes life a whole lot easier. Whole lot.
We have a total update.
Oh.
Valerie just put in the chat that the total is $891.
Yay! Woo! Now, does that include the fundraiser that you did, Valerie? Valerie.
It does include the craft fair.
It does. Valerie did a craft show, craft fair, and she went and she had some really super cool things and raised a ton of money on that craft fair.
Did you make any of that?
Yeah, I did. I sent in some
sweet.
jewelry. So, yay. That was a fabulous initiative on that. Great idea. So, yay. And several of us YouTubers sent things in for the craft show to just kind of help. Because y'all know, the more bigger variety of things that you have, the more bigger opportunity people have to spot something they just gotta have.
Or somebody else in their life has got to have.
That's true, because it's the Christmas season.
Yep.
So you might find something that somebody else might like.
And for those of us like me who are completely unprepared, the craft fair is a wonderful thing.
Okay. Now, next question. And we kind of touched on this, but I just want to know your thoughts.
Okay.
Do you call it dressing or stuffing, and why?
Look, if it goes in the bird, it's stuffing. If it's not in the bird, it's dressing.
Agreed. But there are people out there in the world that have a different take on that. So, yeah, we can't help to bless their hearts. Okay, we'll just move right along. What is your most memorable Thanksgiving, good or bad?
You remember the year Dad tried to deep fry the turkey?
Yes, I vaguely. That is not my most memorable, but you want to talk about what happened?
It was memorable. I didn't say it was good, but it was memorable. Dad got a wild hair and decided to deep fry the Thanksgiving turkey, and he had figured out how much oil he needed and had everything set up and ready to roll, but he didn't calculate the amount of oil based on the bird after it was injected with seasoning and all of that. So the bird was a little bit bigger after it was done, and when he put it in the oil, it went every flippin' where.
Yeah, I was indoors for this. Indoors. So I missed all that.
Really? I remember you standing there with a flippin' Pyrex measuring cup trying to scoop oil out so it wouldn't, like, explode.
That was yes, but that was a different part. When Dad put the bird in there, I was not standing there. Because you're supposed to fill it with water, slip the bird in, put a line where the liquid is going to come up to, pour the water out, dry it off, and then put the bird in there. And I think he missed a step
somewhere.
Let's see here.
I don't remember what we actually did. Did the turkey cook?
I don't remember that.
I don't remember either.
Okay, Granny Monster said, LOL, it's like waiting for a blade of grass in my case. Yeah, I hear that. That's a Google. That's a Google thing. Granny says, call it 99-cent stovetop. Follow me for more holiday tips. Okay. And Women's Station Channel is going to go start breakfast. Maybe we should all go to her house too.
So
we can hit her house first and then go over to Valerie.
Sounds good. Save me a plate
for the egg rolls. Well, my most memorable Thanksgiving, there's actually two of them that really stick out in my mind. One is, okay, y'all, I'd been sick and in the hospital trying to breathe because I had this little asthma exacerbation that had landed me in ICU. And so I'm not really paying attention much, and I'm not really exactly paying attention much. So it's late at night. There's dishes in the sink, and I'm washing the dishes. So I've got dirty dishwater in the sink, and I swish my hand around to, see if there's anything else in there without realizing that there was a knife in the sink.
I didn't realize that was on Thanksgiving.
That was right before Thanksgiving by a few days. So I wound up slicing my finger, just a little spot. Like you wouldn't even it really was not that big of a deal, except the way I hit it, I severed the tendon in my finger. So like my finger was just like, here was my hand and my pinky finger was off kind of like this. It was awful.
It was a little bit disconcerting
on that. It didn't really hurt or anything.
It was just like a tiny little one quarter-inch cut.
Yeah, but it's like dangling. So I go in and tell my husband that fortunately I got the bleeding stopped. And this is like wee hours of the morning. And he's like, okay, what? Wait, what? So the next day we go to the emergency department and they're like, yeah, you did it big time because it was just hanging there. Well, me in my little naive mind thought, maybe they just put a stitch or two in it. It wouldn't really be that big of a deal.
It was a big deal.
It was a huge deal because what we had to do is they had to send me from that hospital to a specialty hand surgeon at another hospital who did surgery on it. Then I come out in this really weird brace thing from my fingertips to my elbow. And like my hand is all fastened together because they're like, you cannot move this finger. You cannot yet. And I forget how many weeks I was in this thing from my tips to my elbow. So I wouldn't move it. And they're like, you can't move your arm much either because that can pop your tendon and we might have to do it all over again. 8 weeks of occupational therapy. 8 weeks. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And this is a couple of days before Thanksgiving. So, of course, we have tons of people coming over at Thanksgiving because my house was deemed neutral territory. So all the warring factions of our family got to come to our house. And we tried making them behave. So
tried. Oh, there was also the year the fridge went out.
Yes, that was going to be my other memorable year. So I go out, we buy everything. We've got it all in the refrigerator. I've got 25 people coming over for Thanksgiving Day. I buy everything. It's all in the fridge. And Tuesday morning, I take the stuff out of we even had pizza that night. So like I put everything in the fridge, didn't even have to open it later. Go into the fridge on Tuesday to get the milk out, feeding my hungry chillins, and the milk's warm. Then I noticed that there was just kind of a little strange odor coming from the fridge. And so sometime between where we put all the food in and Tuesday late morning, our fridge had tanked. I had bought a fresh turkey, so there was no need to thaw it. So that was like the only year I think I've ever bought a fresh turkey because I learned my lesson. And so the fridge is out, and we call the powers that be that are over the house, and they said, well, the church is about half-mile down the road. Just stick your stuff in the church refrigerator, and we'll see about getting you another one after the holiday. I'm like, this is Tuesday, y'all. I got 25 people coming over. So, like, you guys, we've got to get a refrigerator. We've got to. And they're like, because we're living in a church-owned building. So the church wanted to have a committee meeting to determine what kind of refrigerator to get, what style, whether it would be a side-by-side, whether it would be your normal refrigerator. And I'm like, I don't have time for all that. And they're like, yeah, just put the stuff in the church refrigerator. And I'm like, so to feed my children to go get milk out of the refrigerator, you want me to drive a half mile, and then to put the milk back in the refrigerator, you want me to drive a half mile? You know, it's like going to be crazy. So I'm like, okay, no problem. And I picked up my keys, and my husband's like, where are you going? I'm like, to Lowe's. He's like, I got to go with you because you can't drive the straight shift on the pickup truck. So we called the person over the committee, and they're like, you can't just go out and buy a fridge. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can. I'm like going like now. You don't get this.
Sometimes it's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
This was one of those times.
And they were like, well, how do you know what kind we want? And we've been talking, and we're going to have a meeting and all this stuff. And I'm like, who said I'm leaving it behind when we leave? You know, and then they were like, oh. So we went and got the fridge. I set it up on Tuesday, went out, bought all the groceries again, put them all in the fridge. Everything was great, except when you get a brand new fridge, sometimes there's a little plasticky odor, and sometimes that gets in the food a little bit. But all of the canned stuff was fine. So anyway, that was my most memorable. That was an insane Thanksgiving, but
survived.
And the church didn't like the refrigerator, and I'm like, oh well. I just won't leave it when I leave. So
we did wind up leaving it though, right?
Yes, we did, because they changed their mind by the time we left.
Of course they did.
Yeah. They were like, oh, you're willing to donate the refrigerator if you leave? Well, let's just talk about that. So anyway, free makes everything better. So, number 6. Are you going shopping on Black Friday?
In person? Probably not. But I am going to hit up Amazon and Kohl's and Macy's online.
Ooh, use my Amazon affiliate link.
Is that in the description box as well?
Yes.
Can it be in the description box if it's not?
Can it be in the description box if it's not? What?
You put your Amazon link in the description.
Girl, all my links are in the description.
Okay.
Tag links, other channel links, the donation link for the GoFundMe.
We are not to $900 yet.
Aw. Y'all fix that.
We're like $10 short. Less than $10.
Does somebody have $10 they can put on that GoFundMe link, honey?
Sure.
We're going to get the $10. And Valerie says not to worry about the fees, that she'll cover them. So when you go to the GoFundMe, and it gives you this little slider bar for how much of an extra donation would you like to make, just push that slider bar all the way over and make your donation.
If you want to get my...
So, oh, hey, Pet and Chick are in the house. Hey, Pet and Chick. Yay.
Good morning, Eastern time.
You're so calm. Good morning. And I'm like, yay. Let's see. Valerie said she already shopped Joann's fabrics for Black Friday, and she got some hedgehog yarn. Those hedgehogs are so cute. And Granny Monster said she was thinking about tormenting Elon, but she messed with Mark Zuckerberg instead.
That's also acceptable.
They need it. They deserve it.
Also acceptable.
Yes. See, I would have contributed to the GoFundMe just to watch that, had I not already contributed. Oh. And
would you mind getting my wallet out of my car so I can contribute?
So I don't know if I'm going to go shopping on Black Friday or not. Have not decided yet.
Front passenger seat.
Cool.
So here's a good one for you. What would you be doing if you weren't live streaming on Black Friday?
They're shopping or sleeping?
I bet you would be sleeping at this moment.
Probably.
She thinks she's a teenager, and so the day should start at noon.
I mean, the day should start at 9.
No,
Okay, 11. The day should start at 11.
11 p.m. So you could be half vampire.
I'd make a terrible vampire.
I don't know. You might. Okay.
I like garlic too much.
Oh, the garlic. Yes. It's being part ethnic there, part Italian. Okay, so if you could carry one part of Thanksgiving, just one part of the Thanksgiving holiday, if you could carry that forward all year, what would it be?
The gratitude.
Say more about that.
Like, okay, on Thanksgiving we focus on being grateful for all the things that we have, but that's not a bad thing to carry the other 364 days in the year.
I agree. The attitude of gratitude. So I think that would be good. Because when you have the attitude of gratitude there, guess what you do? You rip out your billfold and you donate to the GoFundMe.
I'm working on it.
So the next question is, who will you tag? And I know your answer, it would be me.
Yeah, it would.
So we can't do that. So yay. Okay.
Granny Monster posted the GoFundMe link again. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you all for posting that. And let's see, Pet and Chick say, we're just waking up here, but so cool to wake up and see you all. It's going to be a fun day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And having been like, since the very beginning, we have got myself, Valerie, Reese, Pet and Chick, and Granny Monster since the very beginning. Now, you may have been on with me that first time too.
Sure.
I drag her along to do lots of things. And she appears quite frequently on the Saturday evening live stream, which is 7 o'clock Eastern. Yes. And in the description box below, all the times that you see listed for all the channels, those are in the Eastern time zone. So if you're on other time zones, then adjust that for your time zone. So if you're in Europe and you're like way ahead of us, then adjust that. Same if you're in Australia and you're on a different day or however it is there, adjust for that too. So I've got speed round questions for you.
Can it wait?
In just a minute. Yes, it can wait. If you're donating, it can wait.
I am donating.
So this would be a good time for everyone to whip out their little handheld computers called cell phones. We've got these fancy contraptions called smartphones. So now's a good time to whip those out.
You don't even need to whip out your wallet. You can pay with PayPal.
So how do you pay with? Oh, on the GoFundMe.
On the GoFundMe. Like,
okay.
Sorry.
Yes. Use that. Let's see. Pet and Chick says to Valerie, say hi to Steve, which is Valerie's husband, and he helps too. And Chick helps. And she says, we'll do, Pet. He's running around doing guy stuff. And Granny Monster says, Chuckles, I've lived in so many time zones. I needed a sundial, which is probably the most accurate, honestly. Yep, Pet and Chick says, LOL, Granny, I hate the time changes too. Yep. It would be nice, at least. The frustrating thing for me is, like, I figure out where everybody is time-wise that I need to call, and then summer comes, or rather spring comes, or fall comes, and all the times change. And I've got, like, some friends and their times don't change, and some friends and their times do change. So I'm like, which time is it? And I usually wind up having to yell at Google and ask what time is it in place X, Y, and Z, because I can't remember.
All right, I have finished my donation. We are now over $900.
Woo! Yay! And y'all, any amount that you want to toss in is great, because that amount goes to the cause to help feed kids and get them what they need. And I'll just be honest with you, like, I've had this conversation before, and people have said, well, you know, if I donate $2, then it really won't matter, or if I donate $5, it really won't matter. But
It matters.
Does. And go ahead.
I have a story.
Okay, toss story in.
We had I work with homeless 18 to 24-year-olds. We had a cold snap like a week or so ago. And I had a couple clients asking me for gloves. We at the time did not have any gloves. We have since gotten some, but at the time we didn't. And you can get gloves at the Dollar Tree, and that would have helped a client of mine.
Yeah, so if you donate,
The former Dollar Tree.
yeah, the $1.25 tree, but it's been $1.25 in Canada for a long time.
I'm still gonna call it the Dollar Tree.
So we've really been fortunate, and we don't realize how fortunate we are. And you know, if you donate the $1 plus quarter, and you go to the Dollar Tree, then your $1 has just helped 2 kids, because usually the gloves are a 2-pack. So that's 2 children with your $1. If you donate $5, then you have just helped 8 kids. So 1 pack of gloves, 2 gloves in the pack, and so you have just helped 8 kids all of a sudden keep their hands warm. So don't say that yours doesn't help. You know, I noticed vegetables were on sale at Walmart or I guess Walmart doesn't have sales. They have rollbacks. So Walmart's version of a sale the other day had vegetables for 50 cents a can. So 50 cents. If you donate $1.25, then you've just gotten vegetables for a meal for a family. Or they also had off-brand mushroom soup. So if you donated $1, you would do a can of green beans and a can of mushroom soup. And then all they need is that onion crispy topping, and they've got an entire green bean casserole. Why anybody wants green bean casserole, I still haven't figured out, even after this live stream. But that's you know, just other than the casserole, you know, every little bit of money helps. I don't know if you can actually donate 50 cents on the GoFundMe, but even that would provide, you know, a can of soup or a can of vegetables. It's just that everything goes in and everything helps.
We were out of ramen a few weeks ago, and someone donated a case of ramen.
Now, when you say we,
sorry, talking about at work, not we like us. We like my workplace was out of ramen, and someone donated just a small little case, one of those 12 packs of instant ramen. And I think the person that donated it suddenly became everybody's favorite human being, because all of my clients were so stoked about it. And 1 pack of ramen is like 50 cents. Isn't it still 50?
I don't know. I don't buy it. He does. How much is ramen?
It's about 50 cents. Yeah.
Are we talking about the ramen in the little packages or the ramen in the packages?
Oh, the fancy ones in the cup, they're usually, you can get for 79 cents.
Oh.
The fancy ones, yes.
We did not have the fancy ramen. We had it in the plastic wrapper kind of ramen. But yeah, for 50 cents, you can make a day.
And the thing about ramen is, if you donate like ramen that's in a cup, then all somebody has to do is add boiling water. So if homeless to the point where there's a campsite involved or something like that, if they've got a pot, they can boil water and they can have something hot by just pouring water in it. Otherwise, you know, those packages are great. The other thing about the ramen is that's something that kids know how to cook. Because not knowing how to cook is a problem. And you think, well, everybody can scramble an egg, but like, no, everybody can't. They don't have the knowledge necessarily to scramble an egg. And if you've got a situation where, like, you're working with the homeless street kids, and if you've got a situation like that, kids who have had super stressed families when they were growing up never got the skills given to them to know how to cook in many situations, because the family either didn't have enough food that they really could show folks how to cook, or the family was just so stressed that the whole thought of cooking a meal, that knowledge just it just didn't get done. So that knowledge didn't get passed along. When I worked in a food pantry, we had people who were like handing us these packages of beans, because in our generation, Gen X, and certainly in the boomer generation, one of the things that we were raised on when times were hard was pinto beans and cornbread. And we learned how to cook with these. And I taught you how to do beans. But not everybody knew how to do them, so they would hand the beans back to us. So my answer to that was to put in a little instruction sheet with the beans to teach them how to do it. And that was interesting, because some people were like, why am I going to eat just beans? And, you sit there and you have to explain it to them. Same thing with rice. They didn't know how to cook the rice that comes in the bag that's not in the instant rice. Have you had that experience yet with the kids you work with?
Yeah. And we had one kid who didn't know how to make rice, but once he learned, it was all he ate. By choice. We had other food. He just chose to only eat rice.
So it's tough. And so that's another reason to donate to this program that we're doing. Use that GoFundMe link that's right down there.
Because Valerie put it in the chat, so
yeah.
No, I mean, she did put it in the chat. We are at 9:01 now.
Yay! Woo! Almost $1,000 raised. Now that includes a craft show that Valerie did, and yeah, so super stoked about that. But keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. One of the other things that the money goes for is to support a backpack feeding program. These are awesome. Okay, you all. Backpack feeding programs. I've done several anti-poverty initiatives here. One of the things about the backpack feeding program that I think is so awesome is it's designed for kids to have food that they can cook at home and fix themselves. So what happens is the backpacks are stuffed with food by volunteers. They are given to the kids on Friday, and that gives them food for the weekend. So kids who would go hungry on the weekend get something to eat. And, it's just really good to know that child who's not at fault in the world, who's just hungry, can have something to eat that they can fix for themselves. And so that goes home with them on Friday, and it comes back to school. Ideally, the backpacks come back to school on Monday morning, but we all know how kids are. And sometimes it's like Tuesday morning, but they bring the backpacks back, and the volunteers gather them and do it again and fix them up for them. So those kids that are food insecure, get something to eat. And the thing about this is, we have to remember that kids who are food insecure, if they go to school and they get free breakfast and free lunch, that sometimes is the only meals that they get that day. Then when they go home on the weekends, that food security doesn't just go away. And so the backpack program helps with that. So you know, that's just another reason to help with the GoFundMe.
And there's a lot of actual studies and data to back up that a fed kid is much more likely to succeed in school and do great at life in general.
You can't, you all know how it is if you're at work and you're hungry and your stomach is just growling and you've got a big meeting coming up, or you've got a presentation to make, or you've actually got to talk to somebody and your stomach is growling. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to do anything because you just like can't think sometimes. So that's where the food assistance comes in for these kids, because not suddenly, but then they can get food. They're not hungry. They can concentrate. They can do better, because our job when we get older is to have a job, right? But whoops, didn't want to sneeze there. Sorry about that. But the job of children is to go to school and to learn. You can't do that if you're hungry.
And if anybody's a giant nerd like me and actually wants to look at the data, let me know and I'll send it to you. I am kind of a giant nerd.
Yeah, really, she is. And if you guys want to join our Facebook group, you can post it over there. Can you post our Facebook group link? It's facebook.com/groups/Gayle Vlogs. And she can post that over there and you can do it. And let's see, Pat and Chick says, so true. Food security and protection of sustainable food sources is so important now, given climate change, economy, etc. True. And not everybody can grow their own food. In container apartment, not allowed. Container leaks, and I'm like, oh. But anyway, some landlords don't allow that. So even if you're in an apartment, it doesn't matter how many containers that you have or how much you want to grow food. If your landlord says no,
then it's an no. The link is in the chat.
Thanks for the link. And John, could you hand me a bowl of project? I'm suddenly getting sneezing, coughing here. I found this great product, if we haven't used them all, that if you donate locally to a fancy feeding program, they actually have these Insta balls now.
Oh yeah, we got some of those donated and they are amazing.
It has the milk already in it. All it has to do is add water to one of these. And so some people are starting to put these in backpacks because it's got powdered milk already in. I really didn't mean to get Raisin Bran Crunch. I may test this at some point. No, it's the Cranberry and Crunch with the Frosted Flakes. Yeah. And I think they make Rice Krispies, and I'll go check that out. So that's a really nice item. But okay. And let's see. I want to mention the channel that's up next. Let me pull that right back up because we're going to be going off of here in just about another 5 minutes. And the next channel that you want to go visit, if you will drop this link in the chat too, is Granny Monster. And I'm pulling it up right now. YouTube description box. To get to that description box, just go to my channel. More opens Monster's channel. So we're going to be live over there in about 4.5 minutes right now. So Granny Monster. Okay, and she's doing a movie. So this is the channel that you are looking for. I'm pulling it up so you guys can see it. This is the channel you need. If you are at any other channel, you typed it in wrong. So go to this channel. Okay, she will be there in just a few minutes if she's not there already. All right, you all. So, yeah, support. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, okay, I'm broke. I can't donate. Which is, believe me, I get you. I totally get you. If you cannot donate, that is fine. What we ask you to do is share it. Come support a live stream and share the videos. It doesn't cost anything to come out and support the live stream. But what we ask is that the revenue, the AdSense revenue for each of our videos or live streams or premieres that happen today, that whatever funds that are raised, that would go to charity. Now, it may be pennies, but pennies add up. So that is a huge way to help. Because, you know, the other thing is if we don't have watchers, we're just talking to thin air. And that's not fun, and it's not really helpful. So watch it
fun.
and share.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Granny Monster's comment in the chat.
Oh, what's Granny Monster's comment?
She's ready for her close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Okay, so Granny is ready. So, yeah, go over there and check her out next. She's doing the premiere of the movie. So that is an awesome, amazing thing. So go share that. Like, take your phones out right now and go hit the button and share that link. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I got to pull up. Okay. So you go right here. You hit the share button right there. Then in my case, it brings up this menu. I'm hitting the bluebird to tweet it. We've got Lisa Schultz in. Sorry, I'm late. You're never late. You're on time. So I've got to type. Wait a minute. Granny Monster's live premiere. Whoa. It's either Granny Monster movie premiere.
Granny Monster's movie premiere is the next contestant on the Black Friday live stream. This is not The Price is Right, but if it was, she'd come on down.
Yes, she would.
She would.
I cannot type.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. So fill in what you want it to say on your tweet if you're doing Twitter, and hit the tweet button in the corner, and all of that goes away, and you've just told everybody that you could possibly tell on your Twitter feed that Granny Monster is up next. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us, for donating, for being part of our lives, for being part of the channel, for being part of the initiative. Thank you all so much. Now, y'all head on over to Granny's, and we will talk to you later. See you at 5 o'clock on my other channel, Overcoming the Obstacles. Bye.